Welcome to the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast. This is your podcast for all things hockey. On this podcast, we talk about past history to the modern day and what you can do to grow the sport. I am your host, Adam Rothstein. All right, let's get to the show. What is up, everyone? This is episode number 59. So, today I am talking about hockey clinics, and I've got to say it's been a while since I've been to a hockey clinic. I'm going there to improve my game. It's going to be a little late at night, and honestly, at this point, I just want to have fun. I just want to enjoy myself and and maybe learn something new. I've been playing in a beer league. I'm still doing well despite not practicing. And then again, when you're playing with guys, with some guys that are falling down every other shift, it can get easy, and it can get hard too, because some of these guys have had, big experiences. They've played. They've seen their time, and I've got to be honest with you that when you go to a clinic, you definitely typically will walk away feeling better. So here's a little bit of a story. I met Ty Glover, a man by the name of Ty Glover. We were in high school. It was going to be my only year on the WJ team, and Marianne, whoever, I actually forget the coach's last name, but I was on it with 3 days and one other teammate at this clinic, and it certainly did improve my game. I was definitely doing all right, and I felt better for the experience walking away. We worked on skating, a lot of skating too, and then when I got into high school, I did pretty good for a high school player. And yeah. So okay, about the clinic. There were definitely some people that struggled with it and others that just dominated with it. But, you're there to learn, you're there to improve, and you could, and maybe you're not, it's not going to go 100% of the way you want to. Who cares? Work on improving and believing in yourself that you're going to be better for the experience. And who knows? So just go in there with a positive attitude. And, you could like right now, I'm having sort of a bit of a down time. Like I'm feeling down a bit, like I'm not 100%, but I'm still going to go in there and just play hockey because that's what I love to do. And that's the attitude you should bring to the clinic. I'm grateful that my parents bought that for me when I was in high school. I don't know if I don't know what would have happened if if I would have gotten more playing time. If it ran on the weekends or something, but we'll never know. You could still go to a clinic and you could still be benched, but all that says is that you need to improve. But to be honest with you, what really did, I found my role as just being sort of the cheerleader because, I did want the best out of my teammates. I wanted them to succeed. I wanted them to do the right thing, of course, when we got out into the real world. But, you can only do so much as one person, too. And that's not to leave you, down, feeling down on yourself if it doesn't work out. It should be lifting you up as well. Now, the clinic coaches, whether you're working on shooting, skating, passing, or if you're a goalie, you're going to have very specific days on what you're going to be doing. You could be working on sliding and just working with your blocker technique, plopping down. You could be more focused on that. And then maybe the next day, if you're a goalie, you're working on a little bit of puck handling and just recognizing the breakout as well, in which way you need to pass if you're the goalie. And also, and then I guess in the last hour or so each day, you could take a shot on net and see if you want to be like Linus Olmark or Marty Brodeur uh, for goalies. Defensemen, you're working on backwards skating most of the time. And if there's one player that needs to be better than the centerman, it's the defenseman. Connor McDavid is too good, and if your D is not up there, you ain't gonna stop him. So D, if you should be the best backwards skaters in the game, and that should be your attitude. And believe me, I think you guys can do it. I think you all can be that someone, you know, be the best D and shut it down because you're technically the first line of defense for your goalie, and the goalie's the last line of defense. So, but you need to be perhaps the best skaters out there as well. The centerman needs to be the next best skater or the third best skater, depending on your lineup or your roster as well. And the wingers, you are there to support, and you do need to also and you need to be great at forechecking as well, and just recognizing the game situations. Another thing, if you're in hockey camp or you're doing the hockey camp over the summer, you're gonna have a lot of in-game situations. You'll scrimmage, you'll do all that. I did that back in the day, and and we had 2-a-days. We had 2-a-days. So in the morning, we would, for warm-ups, we would stretch, we would do some yoga. We also did get to stick handle and play some ball hockey before we did that when I got there. And I love my father for it a lot, for this camp and this opportunity. So we did that, right? We did that. And then we got on the ice. We did our morning skate. We worked on passing, stopping, getting to the blue line, all that stuff, getting our shots off, and going around the cones, getting on those outside edges, excuse me, and just getting it done too. We did that. Then we would have lunch like Subway or Chick-fil-A, and yeah, not the healthiest, but still pretty decent. And I think when you're burning 500 calories or 1,000 calories every freaking morning, the weight's gonna come off. Believe me, it'll come off. Even if you're 14 years old, it'll come, like, especially if you're 14 or 15 years old, it'll come off because you really have a heightened metabolism. Just good memories. So we did that. Then sometimes on some days we would, at the end of practice, our last thing we would do, we would play soccer on ice, and I think that was like pretty fun. So we actually got some footwork in. And I actually think this is a really good idea because I've gotten so good with my feet over the years of kicking that puck to another player or my other teammate, or just kicking it to my stick and just getting a shot off from the blue line and that puck going in. There is just something to it that I think very few coaches undermine, not having their players work with their feet and just handle it, because part of stick handling is also being able to keep the puck. And if you can really use your feet to block as well, because sometimes forwards wanted to get around me as a D, and then I just like close up my foot or just place a foot there and just like force and sort of force them to one side, like you need to take this puck there, but my foot's going to be there anyway. It was kind of like psychological chess, or like some hockey version of what would be on the chessboard. You know, you want to move your queen this way, but no, I'll take that anyway, and I'll either get a point out of it for my team. I'll get a point out of it for my team. So that's how I get so good at being with my feet, is because with soccer on ice as well. Also, we'd also stick handle a bit during at the end of it, and we come down for a lighter day. One of the days, actually, we were doing miracles, which is goal line, blue line, goal line, red line, goal line, far blue line, goal line, and then back again. We were doing that. I think we did that like 3 or 4 times in a row, and even at 14, like, oh, you are like you're just done. I think also, okay, at Kettler, we were doing this at Kettler. I know that. But I think we might have actually, no, we were never on the Olympic rink at all. We were never on the Olympic rink. To my knowledge, we were not there. There were 2 rinks at Kettler, but I think it actually might have been a little bit bigger, depending on the size of what they were using. But it seemed like it was an Olympic rink at 14 years old. I'll tell you that much. And one of my friends is like, let's go back to the old rink. This is like a lot. And even though this was special hockey, it was hard. I mean, like football players would struggle with this if we if we told them to do what we did that day. I'm telling you, there would be some struggles. You'd also have to bring extra clothes as well. And then your parent would pick you up. My old man would pick me up. So he'd get some extra work done during the summer. And I got to play hockey as well. I didn't do it at 16 for whatever reason. And maybe I could have, and maybe a lot of things would have changed had I gotten in on my not senior, my junior year in high school. I think, or had I been able to do that, I think I would have greatly benefited from it. But for those doing hockey camp, I think it's definitely worth it. Don't do the regular day camp because typically, put something to use, put your time to use, and actually, concentrate on something that you love to do and that you can improve upon. Even though those listening are probably not going to make it to the NHL, or their time has passed, you're over the age of 25, you still need to just you still need some, you still need your thing. You still need to just get out there and improve all the time. So summer's just the perfect time, because the NHL is over. You can concentrate. No one once is going to the rink in the summer, and you would think differently because it's so hot out, especially in this state of Florida. But oftentimes there's going to be a lot less people. Certainly in the mornings during summer, that's when you can go out there and also take what you've learned from the clinics to the onto the ice. I actually had one time in my life, I had the ice all by myself down here, went to Palm Beach skate zone, and it was just perfect. It was just, oh my God, I fell in love with that moment. And that is just one moment that I'll just remember as well. And then I didn't skate the rest of the year. And then when 2022 rolls around, I get to play some hockey, and I guess and I still practice a bit at the Palm Beach skate zone. So that's there. And today I'm still playing hockey. So I think yeah, so that's all good. But for the clinics, I think you just need to sign up for what sign up for a general at first, because you can learn how to shoot, how to like really work on your backwards skating, and just really improve your skill set and just hone in. And then after that, you probably, if you just like apply it and then go out and practice it, you're going to get you're going to get some playing time, because you're going to master that skill. And once you master backwards skating in particular, the coach will need you. Even if you're not the best shooter, coach is going to need you either on defense or just playing back a bit to support the D, and then just taking some of the pressure off of them. I think it's still so when you're starting, do the generals first, and then if there's something you want to focus on, like the shooting or the D or something, that's good. Okay, most of it's general, but some of the, but other things are more skating and shooting. So I don't really remember working with the puck much there, but we still had our sticks. We still had a few things, and I just really remember those days as well with the skating coach. So I'll say this: you're gonna have it's gonna be easier to stick handle off the ice with like a Milex stick, or you're gonna be able to you're gonna have a place where you can stick handle, do some stick handling with a street stick and a street puck on a basketball court or something. It's going to be much easier to do it there. So I say, if you had to pick one to really concentrate in, focus in on the skating, and then take your stick handling off ice, because you can do that anywhere. You can do that in your house. You can do it on a basketball court. You can do it in your bedroom, and you can really dominate there. Also, and then when you get the chance, you take that extra weekend day for the stick and puck, and you can work on some of your skills and just bring that all together. And then when you go back to practice on Monday or Tuesday, you're fresh. It's fresh in your mind. Oh, yeah, but so the clinics are definitely the best thing for any kid wanting to improve his or her skill. I'm glad I got to share some of my memories, but tonight's going to be very interesting for me. And this episode's going to air out on Monday. But so I'm sorry you will not receive the details right away. Maybe I'll put something out there on Substack on just my experience. So stay in tune for that. And I guess that'll be it for this episode of the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast. So once again, please be sure to like this video if you're watching on YouTube, share this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit 5 stars on Spotify, Apple, write me a little review, and please share this with everybody you know. And with that being said, everyone, take care.